Woman used to be a top-tier secret agent, but these days she sells twisted fried dough sticks. With just a pull, a twist, and a quick fry, she could make a delicious batch in no time. Lena's little shop offered great quality at low prices, so customers lined up every single day. Even though she made good money, Lena was incredibly stingy. She only wore her husband's old clothes. Despite her penny-pinching ways, she had a knack for luck. One day, she cracked open a bottle of soda, only to find the cap boldly announcing she'd won the grand prize, a 7-day luxury family trip to Hawaii. Visiting Hawaii had always been her husband's dream. They packed their bags, locked up the shop, and headed to the airport, buzzing with excitement. When they boarded the plane, though, they discovered there were only 2 first-class tickets. Lena and her daughter settled into the plush seats while her husband trudged back to economy. The plane soon took off. As soon as Lena realized the food was free, she gleefully twisted the complimentary towels into little dough stick shapes and ordered plate after plate. Not long after, a flight attendant brought her a tray of nuts. Lena accidentally knocked the whole thing over, but in the blink of an eye, she managed to catch every single nut before it hit the floor. The flight attendant stared at her in awe. From that moment on, he looked at Lena with utter reverence. Ever since he was a kid, he dreamed of becoming a badass secret agent. After seeing Lena's reflexes, he was convinced she must have some extraordinary background. He even asked if she worked for the National Intelligence Service and begged her to take him on as a trainee. Lena blushed and insisted she was just an ordinary person. She claimed she'd only developed quick hands from making so many dough sticks over the years. When she refused to mentor him, the dejected flight attendant shuffled away, vowing to quit after this flight and open his own dough stick stand. Meanwhile, Lena had eaten so much of the free first-class food that she ended up with a stomachache and rushed to the bathroom. Just then, a group of hijackers burst into the cabin. They grabbed a flight attendant, pulled out weapons, and quickly took control of the plane. Using intimidation, they forced open the cockpit door and seized command. But oddly enough, they didn't care about money or hurting anyone. They were after a woman. The hijackers herded everyone into economy class. That's when they spotted a long-haired woman wearing a face mask. Anyone who dressed like that just to take a flight was probably their target. The leader strode over and pressed a gun to her head. But when they yanked off her mask, it turned out she wasn't the one. Even so, the other passengers gasped in shock when they saw her face. She was Anna, a famous Korean pop star. Everyone scrambled to get autographs, and even one of the hijackers tried to snap a selfie with her. Meanwhile, Lena was still in the bathroom, completely unaware of the chaos unfolding. As soon as she stepped out, a hijacker lunged at her. She refused to go quietly, and when he pulled a knife, she didn't even flinch. With a few swift moves, she took him down effortlessly. Before she could process what had happened, an announcement blared over the cabin speakers. Lena was the hijacker's real target. Years ago, she'd been an undercover foreign agent who botched a mission, fled her organization, and escaped to South Korea. There, she'd undergone plastic surgery, transforming from an 18-year-old beauty into a middle-aged woman. She'd quickly gotten married, started a family, and opened her dough stick shop to live under the radar. But she carried countless state secrets, and her old organization had never stopped hunting her. Now, the voice on the intercom belonged to one of her former colleagues. Since they'd finally tracked her down, Lena figured there was no point pretending anymore.